You're watching Ticket TV. Like, share, and subscribe on your way in.
All right, man. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Like, share, and subscribe. And let's get right into this video, man. I got some sad news on ex-officer Brandon Tatum, man. Um, Tonight, man. He just continues to get embarrassed, man. Embarrass himself, man. It's very sad. The most recent set of events that happened with this guy. But I just got finished watching what happened to this man, bro. And he is in a very, very, very dark place, man. Um, I truly believe that this guy has serious disdain, um, you know, for you know uh, who he is. But I'm gonna get into what happened on this guy, man. It's very, very, very sad, man. Now, tonight he was again on Nancy Grace show, and something bad just happened to him. Uh, he, I know he's in a sad place because he has made this a personal thing with him and Ben Crump. He has made this such a personal thing with him and Ben Crump. The man just went on Nancy Grace's show and blamed Ben Crump for not searching the boy's boat with search dogs. You have to be a sad individual, man. Let me say this again. I want to say this again, dog. You have to be an extremely sad individual to go on Nancy Grace's show and blame Ben Crump for not checking the boy's boat with search dogs. You ain't gonna blame the police, nigga. You gonna blame Ben Crump. Hold on, let me play this shit, man. This dude, this is a sad dude, man. This is a sad dude. Nancy Grace had to call this dude. A white woman had to call your ass out on your bullshit, man. That's disgusting, bro. This is the third time, the second time you've been on there, but the third time she said, you are playing one side so bad. You can't be impartial. You want so bad for Ben Crump, Christine Wells, Walmsley, and that whole side to be wrong. Al Sharpton. Let me play this shit, man. The boat. Has the boat been searched by cadaver dogs and scent dogs?
The boat, from my understanding, has not been searched, and the cadaver dogs were.
Now listen. She asked you a simple question, nigga. When she asked the white lawyers yesterday, the same question, the white lawyer said, no, it hasn't been searched. He didn't make excuses and say, oh, well, Ben Crumpton, he had a chance to search it with the dogs. Why he ain't search? No. She asked, did the cops have a dog search the boat? Then he want to go make excuses, talking about some, oh, well, I mean, they're not being investigated. Nigga, everything should be investigated with a fine tooth comb. I don't care if they're innocent or not. Let me tell y'all something. I want to explain something. If you're conducting an investigation, the cops should have searched every single boat with a search dog that they could find that was out there on Horn Island. They should be trying to find every single boat that they could possible. Instead of him just saying that, I want y'all to hear what he said, bro. This is how bad down this dude is. Instead of him just saying, you know what? Nah, they didn't. The cops didn't search the boat. That's it, right? He goes and blames that shit on Ben Crump. This man got something seriously. He have a serious problem with him that if something about Ben Crump makes him feel unsecure and insecure. He doesn't, it's like Ben Crump seriously affected this man by going down there and taking this case. Let me get to this right. And Ben Crump, he stepped on his ass today at that press conference. He stepped on him. If you heard what Ben Crump said in the press conference, he stepped on this dude, bro. Let me play this again. I want y'all to listen to what he said. She didn't ask this nigga no question about Ben Crump. He have Ben Crump on his mind so much. He goes right to Ben Crump. When she asked this nigga, did the cops, did the police, did the police officer, this is how y'all know this dude was supposed to be an ex-cop. So you should know investigations. Even if I'm not looking at you like you a murderer, I'm still, if a person, bro, use common sense. If a person was with this person, I want to say this again. Vincent, shut your damn mouth. Sitting over here looking like goddamn, you look like a low budget, dusty ass, goddamn, I can't even think of the name, nigga. This nigga look like a low budget, dusty ass, Anton Walker. That's what you look like, nigga. You look like Antoine Walker look right now, nigga. Sit your ass down somewhere. Now let me get back to cooking like I was saying. I was interrupted by I don't know who the hell that is. But anyways, though, any cop would know that if somebody went on a boat with somebody, let me say this again. If this dude, hold on, I want y'all to think about this. In his last day, these were some of the people that he was seen with. These were some of the people he was with. That's on your last day that you were seen alive. To me, everybody that he was seen with alive, the cops should search completely. To me, the cops should have got a search warrant. And see, this is the reason why Ben Crump got involved. Y'all all get mad, a lot of y'all on the other side, because Ben Crump got involved. This is the reason why Ben Crump got involved. This is what Ben Crump's talking about. If the roles was reversed and it was 3 black dudes and 1 white dude, and the white dude was killed, they would have searched all the black dudes' homes. They would have searched all the black dudes. Forget if they was even thinking that them dudes was murderers. They would have searched all the black dudes' homes. They would have searched all the black dudes' cars. They would have searched all the black dudes' boats. They would have searched everything about those black guys before they eliminated them as suspects. Period. For Tatum to go on here and try to put that shit on Ben, this man have a serious problem with Ben Crump. Ben Crump have really made this, he hurt that nigga feelings when he rejected that interview. And then he talking about Ben Crump monetizing. Well, peep game, y'all. This nigga, how many parts of he don't did this interview with these boys? Why he ain't put the whole interview in one part? Why he doing a DJ Vlad shit and breaking that shit up in 100 parts? Is he monetizing off this shit? Tatum, where's the money going to, Tatum, that you making off these videos? Because you could have took that one interview you did with the boys and put it in one whole clip. But you cut it up in so many pieces and put it out, and you stacking up the views. But you talking about somebody else out here. And why is nobody asking him and calling him out on that shit? Why is nobody calling him out on that shit? He stay talking about, he stay got Ben Crump name and Al Sharpton name in his mouth. Talking about what they doing. But what is he doing? You took an interview where you could have just put the whole interview out one time. But you breaking it up into pieces. Why are you breaking it up into pieces? The only reason why people break it up into pieces is to monetize off these different parts and make money off of it. But you talking about somebody else. See, people need to call these people. See, when I tell y'all this, you have to be intelligent when you're dealing with people like this dude right here. Now, I want y'all to go back and listen to what this dude said. And listen, the reason why I say that about the boat, you guys, I have 100 questions that should be asked that nobody has asked. See, when I tell y'all stuff and y'all don't want to listen to me, it's supposed to be 100 questions that I have that should be asked. And I'm going to talk about that in just a second. I'm going to get to some of the questions in just a second, just so I can show y'all what the hell I'm talking about. But let me play this first, because this was too bad, bro.
You're saying, but now we're getting to another topic. I hear you. But Tatum, the boat. Has the boat been searched by cadaver dogs and scent dogs?
The boat, from my understanding, has not been searched, and the cadaver dogs were made available for Benjamin Crump to utilize them to do a search on the boat. They refused.
No. Crump is not supposed to use the dogs.
Thank
It's,
you.
Well, there is no
why are
reason
you
to
blaming
search
everything on Crump?
Listen, Nancy.
Right. Why is he putting that on Ben Crump? He talking about the dogs was made available to Ben Crump. Man, this dude's a clown. Hey, there's something really wrong with you, Tatum. I want y'all to think about this. This the same dude that questioned why is Ben Crump down there. This is why. I want y'all to think about this. And I saw a lot of people today complaining about them saying the FBI should get involved. Well, I have my own thoughts on the FBI because this is the same FBI that won't fully investigate the Epstein files. So I do have an issue with that. But at the same time, if that's what Ben Crump and them asking for, I'll stand with them on that. Right? Because they want more eyes and more attention on this case. I got no problem with that. But for this dude right here to make an excuse for the reason why the cops didn't search, I want y'all to really think about this shit. I want everybody to really think about this, y'all. Think about what I'm saying to everybody. Go back to the O.J. Simpson trial. Mark Furman had no reason to jump over O.J.'s gate. He had no reason to jump over O.J.'s gate. That was illegal search. He still did it. He did an illegal search. He went right over O.J.'s gate and did an illegal search and allegedly planted a glove. And when he was asked about it in court, he said, "Oh no, I plead the fifth to not incriminate myself." He, as a cop, he couldn't even stand there and tell the truth whether he did or didn't. Listen what I'm saying. He already lied about being a racist. This dude is gonna sit up here and say, and I'm gonna say this again. I'm not saying this because I think that the boys are guilty, because I don't know. But I'm gonna say something. If you're some of the last people that we seen on the last day with this man, shouldn't everybody get searched if you're trying to find them? Shouldn't that have been immediately what happened? Is they went and got the search dogs and searched all the boats and everybody else? For him to put that shit on Ben Crump, this dude is cynical, bro. He's cynical. Bro, this man has so much hatred, pure hatred in his heart for Ben Crump, bro. It's sad, man. And I'm going to tell y'all something. Everybody listening to this video, I'm going to tell y'all something. When they talked about Todd Blanche, when they talked about, whatever his face is, funny face that run the FBI, his name slipped off the tip of my tongue. I'll think about it in a second, right? Dude with the cock ass, I forget his name. I'll think about him in just a second. But when you think about those guys, right? Think about this. Wouldn't it be a conflict of interest in a way to have these guys overlooking Cash Patel, that's right, overlooking, or the FBI overlooking this case when you have one of Donald Trump's lawyers working as a lawyer for a few of these guys? Like I said, I just thought about that. Like, it's sad that it's come to this, but everybody wonder why Ben Crump. Why did Ben Crump go get involved? Why is he involved? This is why. Everybody, let me say this to y'all all again. When you're looking for a person, let's think about this. Nolan Wells had not been found at this time. On July the 5th, Nolan Wells had not been found. Now, let me tell everybody what I'm saying. And this is why people, for everybody that's down in Mississippi, this is why people call out the racism that's in this. This is why Ben Crump called out the racism that's in the system. Because if that was a white dude that came up missing, and it was 3 black dudes on the boat with him, bro, that same night, they would have had the search dogs going through everything. I swear to God, the search dogs would have went through the boat. All the boats that the boys came up, they would have had everything. They would have had testing for blood samples, everything on that. Bro, they would have tested everything. They would have confiscated all the phones, all the information. They would have searched everybody's house. They would have immediately went and searched everything. The fact that they didn't do all these searches, off the jump. And I'm not saying because you're guilty. I'm saying because if somebody's missing and you're trying to find them, right? And then let's go to after they find him dead. Now, to me, that's a reason to search every single person that was at least linked to him. Even Katie, I would have searched her house. Yes. I'm talking about everybody that was linked to Nolan Wells. Whoever they have in the investigation that we don't even know. And that's one of the questions I have for y'all too. See, this is why I be trying to tell y'all. When we talk about this investigative stuff, you can't just look at one person and one thing. I'm looking at everybody, bro. If somebody said hi to Nolan Wells, I want to search and find out what the hell is going on with them and what happened with them and him that day. The fact that they hadn't searched that boat, and that was the boat that he was linked to coming to the island on. That's insane. And then this dude gonna sit up there and say, "Oh yeah, that's Ben Crump's fault." I mean, and then and shout out to Nancy because she called him out on his bullshit. I told y'all this. This dude's feelings been hurt since Ben Crump turned down that interview, bro. And he's been trying. We've seen what you're doing, dog.
Crump is not supposed to use the dogs.
Well, there is no reason to
blaming
search
everything on Crump.
Listen, Nancy, there's no reason if there's not any evidence of a murder, there's no reason.
Okay, so time on, sir. See, this is why I swear to God, hey Tatum, I want to smoke with you any day of the week, nigga, because you easy work for me, bro. So you said that was Tatum's job, right? Not the cops, right? Tatum, how many cops search black folks' cars all the time with no probable cause? Let me say this again. How many cops search black folks' cars with no probable cause? How many cops ask black folks, "Hey, can I search your car?" Why you need to search my car for? Why are you even asking me to search my car? You don't smell any substances. I haven't had anything to drink. Why are you asking to search my car? Well, we like to search your car. So this dude, hey, hold on. So let's keep going, man.
For them to use the cadaver dog. That's how this works. True. There's none of these.
See, Nancy told him that's not true. Nancy told this man that's not true. This man is a cop, bro. He's an ex-cop. Talking like this.
Individuals they do not have any expectation that there was any murder.
And think about this. That lets y'all know right that this is the reason why Nolan Wells' parents is freaking out the way they are right now. See, I understand the parents. I don't understand everybody that's on the internet accusing people of murder because it's not the evidence that's out there that's legit. But I understand the parents. I understand Ben Crump, and I understand why they made the move that they made. I want y'all to think about something. To watch the mother cry up there, to watch that father sit up there, and that nigga's spirit is broken. I'm gonna tell y'all, and I want y'all to think about this. Remember, I told everybody listening to this video, Tatum went down to Mississippi a few times now. I was the first one on YouTube that called out Chris Cuomo when he came out talking about what he knew about the autopsy and the toxicology. I said, how the fuck you know, but the parents don't know? The case is supposed to be sealed from the general public. It is illegal to leak information to the public about the case. Listen to what Tatum just said. How the fuck do Tatum know what's going on in the case unless he talked to somebody in the police department about the case, which is illegal? And you wonder why the parents are losing their mind. The parents is like, hold on, how was these people getting all this information and we ain't even getting it? Chris Cuomo went on his channel and said, no, this isn't even he said that this isn't even speculation. He said it as a matter of fact. Then when I called his ass out, he came out a few days later talking about, oh, well, you guys are asking me about why this is no. Yes, we want to know because it's illegal, Buster. Think about this. Think about the cops not telling the parents what's going on, but Tatum and them. Listen, that's why I tell y'all have to listen to everything that's said, bro. I listen to everything. This man is talking like he know everything about the case. This nigga ain't even active police. How does he know what the cops are and aren't investigating? Even if he talked to the boys and the boys said, hey, nah, they didn't do this, he still wouldn't know everything they are and aren't investigating. But he talking like he do. He talking like he got a line down there in the police station. And if I'm Ben Crump, your private investigators need to find out who the mole is. And I would sue the drawers off their ass. Because this is illegal to leak any information that's sealed to an outside entity in a death investigation. Listen to what he says again, y'all. You have to be specific. This dude is, I'm telling you, and to think that this dude was police.
Crump is not supposed to use the dogs. It's
there is no reason to
blaming
search
everything on Crump.
Listen, Nancy, there's no reason if there's not any evidence of a murder, there's no reason for them to use the cadaver dog.
How does he know it's not evidence? Think about that. Who told Crump, or excuse me, who told Tatum that there's not evidence of him? I want you to think about this. He didn't say against the boys. He said in general, period. We don't know what the cops are investigating. How does he know specifically? Listen again. You have to listen to words, bro. Somebody has to be leaking these dudes' information. And that's the question I would ask him straight up. Listen to what he said again, y'all.
On Crump?
Listen, Nancy, there's no reason if there's not any evidence of a murder, there's no reason for them to use the cadaver dog. That's how this works.
True.
There's no.
What do you mean? We don't know what the evidence says. This is why I'm telling both sides. People who said he was murdered, no, chill. People who said he died by accident, no, chill. We got to wait to see what's up. We don't know because you know why? They're not giving the information to us. How does he know? How does he know that it's not a murder investigation? How does he know? If he hasn't been told anything from the police department about this case, and y'all wonder why Nolan's parents are wilding out. They have to watch this shit. A dude go on TV talking about what a dude that's not even in the police force talking information, and they ain't even get this day kid. It's their kid. So he's saying, why would they do this if it's not a murder investigation? How do you know it's not a murder investigation? I'm not even saying it's a murder with the boys. I'm just saying in general, period. How do you know that the cops are not investigating a murder unless you talk to somebody? And listen, he don't been there multiple times, bro. You're not gonna. I know how cops work. Ex-cops, they get with a current. Hey man, hey cop buddies, dog. Hey, let's go get some donuts and some coffee and some milk and cookies. And let's talk about some shit, man. Hey man, that case down there, man. Y'all got going on right here, man, with them boys, man. Yeah, man. I ain't like what Ben Crump and them came down here and did, man. That's some bull jive, man. They trying to mess y'all city up, man. I'm gonna stand tall through it all with y'all. Yeah, hey man, what's going on with that case, man? Y'all got any evidence, man? What y'all investigate, man? Is it a murder? Man, I can't tell you that. Man, come on, man. This is ex-cop talk right here, man. Top flight security of the world, Craig. Of the world, Craig. Come on, you can tell me, your boy. I got to go out here and save these boys. Because they out here, they on their helmet, man. You know what I'm saying? Think about this. Peep what I said to y'all now. How does he know that the cops are not investigating a potential murder of Nolan Wells? How does he know? Here's the thing. Nobody should know what's being investigated if the parents don't know. I want y'all to really think about this. And you got people that's out here tripping on the parents. What do you expect the parents to feel if Tatum is getting alleged information more than them? And you can't just say it's from the boys because he's talking in general terms. Listen once again. This is his words, not mine.
But Benjamin Crump to utilize them to do a search on the boat, they refused.
No. Crump is not supposed to use the dogs.
There is no reason to
blaming
search
everything on Crump.
Listen, Nancy, there's no reason if there's not any evidence of a murder, there's no reason for them to use the cadaver dog. That's how this works.
True.
None of these individuals they do not have any expectation that there was any murder that occurred.
See, they do not have any expectation that any murder was occurred. How does he know that? Y'all wonder why the parents are going crazy. This is the reason why. This is the reason why the parents are losing their mind. This dude is going on TV telling y'all. He's saying this shit in live television on Nancy Grace. How is he learning this information if the case is sealed? How? Think about this. This is why I told every content creator, watch your words. Watch your words. And y'all get mad at me because y'all think I'm coming the wrong way. No, I'm trying to save you. Because I'm telling y'all something. It's some crazy shit going on here, man. All of a sudden, Donald Trump's lawyer deal with multi-million-dollar high-power cases on the right-hand side of the screen. He deals with multi-billion-dollar high-price cases. Why is he down here talking about he gonna go after content creators? How did Donald Trump's lawyer get down here and involved in this case? How? Tara, I think you're wrong. And I think the parents should get the private investigator and see how information is getting leaked from down there to these people. Because if the parents can find an exact person that's in the police department leaking information, the parents have a serious lawsuit. Because it's against the law. It's illegal to leak private information to anybody in the outside entity of an investigation in Mississippi when all the information is supposed to be sealed and then sent to a grand jury. You're not even telling the parents information. This man is out here talking a matter of fact. So think about this. This is why I told y'all, you have to be really strategic with how y'all think. They are so sure, they know for a fact. Our guy's 1,000% bulletproof evidence. You know what? I'm going to tell y'all something. And y'all going to hate me for this, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't think those boys did it. I think it was something else. I think it had something to do with somebody else. I don't think those boys did it. And I think that somehow information may have been leaked to certain entities. And because everybody's out here thinking that they did it, I believe that Tatum sees a chance where he can wipe out all these content creators that he definitely don't like. Why do I say that? Tatum did a live and he was pointing out different content creators and saying, get them. Yeah, got to get him too. Yeah, got to get her. Got to get him. Yep, put them on the list. And then the very next stream, he posts their give, send, go. Listen to what I'm saying to y'all. He posts their give, send, go. Y'all donate to these boys, man. They innocent, man. And then he going back and forth with all these content creators, fueling the flames, fanning the flame, putting gasoline on the flames. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, in comes Donald Trump's lawyer, who specializes in defamation per se lawsuits. But his lawsuits are on the biggest level in the world. Not no content creator type of lawsuits, but he's down here dealing with this now. I think Tatum got a hard on so bad to beat all of his enemies, all these people that have been going in on him, because they came out here and they said these things about these boys. And I got 100 questions too. I told y'all this. I've seen everybody talking about the back of that boat. I've seen everybody talking about the back of that boat in that picture. And people were saying, oh, well, it looks like they're doing this. Well, here's the thing. The first thing I would do is I would analyze that boat, because it's hard to see from that picture inside of that boat. See, here's the thing y'all don't understand. By us, none of us that's on here being down there, we can't investigate the size of that boat and if it was even sized for somebody to be down there on the floor. See, that's a question that needs to be asked. Ben Crump should have his people go look on all this information. I'm not saying them boys is guilty, but I'm saying all this stuff they should be looking at. Is there space inside the back of the same boat? It should be measured to see, tested to see somebody the same size as Nolan Wells, to see if they could have potentially be fit down. Because if they couldn't, if the glove don't fit, you must have quit. The backpack. I told y'all this. Nobody asked questions. They said that he spent the night, the prior night, at one of the friends' house. They said that, hey, man, the other friend left his phone on our boat, too. They said the keys, they weren't even on the boat. The keys were at the other boy's house because that's where he spent the night. So he just left his keys at his house. But then I said, well, what about the sandals? Nobody asked a question about the sandals. And here's the thing. Everybody asking me about the audio. Let's talk about that audio real quick. You notice one thing Ben Crump never said anything about today? The audio. Ben Crump never, I was hoping somebody was going to ask him about the audio. He never said anything about, he knows there's nothing to that audio. I'm telling you the truth. You can get mad at me all you want. He knows there's nothing to that audio. They're literally begging the FBI to come in because they haven't. He's already had all the experts look at it. In my opinion, Ben Crump has ruled those boys out, but he hasn't ruled everybody else out. He hasn't ruled everybody else out. He still knows that it's something lingering out there. People that I said to y'all, he's had his experts look over that audio. He said 2 weeks ago that they already was analyzing that audio. They hadn't seen anything. Think about what I just said. Backpack. Did Nolan Wells have a backpack? I've been trying to look through all of the photos I could of Nolan to see if he had a backpack that matched that one that's on the back of that boat. You see where Nolan is allegedly bent over on that boat right there, y'all? It's a backpack right there. See, they said that Nolan will ride back with somebody else. Well, I need to corroborate that. I need to see if somebody else said that they was giving Nolan a ride that was on that island, and if the cops found out and they told the cops. Because we need to investigate that. Who was that? But did Nolan did he have sandals on that day? These are none of the questions that they're not asking these boys. Everybody talked about the phone, all this shit. Nobody said, hey man, did Nolan have on sandals when he went out there that day? Think about this. Everybody's talking about the phone. Everybody's talking about all this other shit. Nobody's talking about the sandals. Nobody's asking, hey man, did he have a little backpack on him? Nobody's asking about any of these other things. Think about what I just said to y'all. Nobody's asking, hey man, when y'all went over to the mainland, I want you to think about what I'm saying. This is very important, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody's saying when they went from their house to the docks, to where they got on the boat to go to Horn Island, did Nolan Wells have a shirt on? Did Nolan Wells have a shirt on? These are all questions nobody's asking. Did Nolan Wells have a shirt on? Before, listen to what I'm saying. When they left old boy's house, how many people do y'all know just get in a car with no shirt on and go somewhere? Normally, you'll have a shirt on, your shorts, sandals, and then when you get on the boat, you'll take that shit off. Maybe put it in your bag. Put your phone right here. Did Nolan Wells have a shirt on that day? Did Nolan Wells have sandals on that day? Who brought the alcohol? These are all questions nobody's asking. Who bought the alcohol that day? How many drinks did you boys have that day? Nobody in the mainstream media. I ain't saying the cops ain't asking. I'm saying nobody in the media is asking these questions. Nobody. I want you to think about this. Think about what else I'm saying to y'all right now. Right? And to the person who said they know, no, it's not about they know. I ain't saying that. I'm asking you, are anybody asking these questions to their lawyers? Their lawyers and them people have been doing multiple interviews. They had to have told their lawyers the whole story. Nobody's asking these questions. Wouldn't that shirt be very significant if he had one? Wouldn't his sandals be very significant if he had them? Why do I say that? Because there was no sandals, no nothing that washed up on shore. Sandals would float. Little flip-flops would float right back to the surface. I would ask these questions. Every question that people are ignoring, I would ask. Who else did y'all know that was out there on that island that day? Who else did Nolan know that was on the island that day? Did Nolan talk to anybody else except for that girl? Nobody's asking any of these questions, man. They just letting all these questions go under they're interviewing these cats. They're not asking these questions. All y'all heard is Nolan talk to that girl. No. I don't want to know that. Did you see Nolan talking to anybody else? Straight up. I need to know. If that's Nolan on that boat, why is nobody asking this question? Who are those people that's sitting on that boat and standing on the front of the boat? Have they been questioned to whether or not that's Nolan? And everybody that's in here that know boat etiquette, you can't get up on somebody's boat if you don't know them. You can't just walk up on somebody's boat like that if you don't know them. So if that's Nolan in that picture, those people in that boat, they got to know him. Why is nobody asking them questions? Hey, man, what time was this taking right here? What's your relationship to Nolan? How do you know him? How much time did you spend with him that day? He's on your boat. What was he doing on the back of that boat? Who was he talking to? What was he bending over doing? This is a screenshot from a video that was just going left to right. So nobody even knew that they were going to catch him allegedly in this video shot. But everybody on that boat, I would have asked, hey, man, you have to ask these questions. And I'm telling y'all, the cops probably got way more videos and photos than what we have. Because many people, they probably sent their shit to the cops. Right? Now, I'm going to tell y'all something else Tatum said. And Tatum said this, and I saw him when he said it today. And I believe Tatum should be subpoenaed. Let me repeat myself again. I believe that the feds should get involved. And I believe that Tatum should be grand juried and subpoenaed and questioned under oath, under the penalty of perjury. Why do I say that? Why do you say that, Ticket? I believe that because Tatum has admitted he has other video content that he will not release. Tatum has admitted that little 3-second clip he showed of the boys on the boat, he said he has way more video footage that he has not released. He should be questioned to whether or not he's released all that information to the police or not. And if he hasn't, why is he holding those videos? He said he's holding those videos to protect identities. If you're the cops, why would you protect anybody's identity that could have seen anything that happened that day? Oh, because you don't want people on the internet? No. Listen, here's the thing right here. You can't worry about that. If you're trying to get to the truth, if you're trying to do an impartial investigation, I need to know everybody that was out there. We need every single person's story to come up. Tatum said on tape, and so the person said there's cameras on the island. There were no cameras on the island except for people who had videos. on their phones. Some people would video from their phone and just save the recording and then upload it when they got back to the mainland. There were no cameras on the actual island. The cameras are on the mainland, which is an hour away. On the island, it has no infrastructure at all. No electricity, no nothing. No internet, no nothing. But everybody should be asking these questions. People are letting other people off the hook. They letting all these other people off the... Bro, there's 1,000 people out there. Bro, I swear to God, I will be trying to find out every single other person that was out there. Because y'all keep trying to talk with these boys. No, I'm trying to talk with somebody else. You know why I'm trying to talk with somebody else? Because I need to know what everybody else saw. I want to hear everybody else's story. I want to see what everybody else saying to see if somebody else slip up or somebody else tell me something that they may think that's not important, but that's very important. And nobody's talking about that. Why is nobody questioning Tatum? Just say, hey, man, you've admitted that you have videos that you have not released. Did you release all those videos to the police? Remember I told y'all he released a 3-second clip. He got a way longer video than that. But he even said on his channel, I don't want to release that whole videos, all the videos I got, because them other people, they ain't got nothing to do with it. Nigga, what you mean they ain't got nothing to do with it, nigga? Everybody that was out on that island that witnessed anything that day, they are involved in the investigation. That's how I try to tell y'all. I can't believe this dude was a cop. It goes to show y'all, bro. You talked about protect and serve, but he's protecting and not serving. Protecting certain people. Talking about something, I don't want to reveal their identities, man. They ain't had nothing to do with it. What the fuck you mean? Their statements could change this whole case. If I'm the cops, if I'm the investigators, I want to talk to everybody that was out there that saw this situation. He said it was so many other people that allegedly saw this whole boat situation. Well, why are we not talking to all these other people? What is there to hide? See, I'm going to tell you something. When you're not lying, you have nothing to hide. So you ain't worried about whether people believe you or not. You're going to stand on what you say. But I just don't want to ask them about that boat situation. I want to ask all those other people that he says that was in those videos he had that he did not release what they saw that day. Period. I need to know from everybody. Tatum should be subpoenaed, and he should, bro, if the feds get on this, they should subpoena and grand jury him and force him to testify under oath under the penalty of perjury, bro. He should be forced to testify, bro. Because this man has openly admitted that he has evidence. Let me tell y'all something. Those videos are evidence in this investigation. Every video that was taken on the 4th of July is evidence in the investigation. Period. So why would you withhold because you're trying to protect somebody? No, we ain't trying to protect nobody. We're trying to find the truth. And guess what the truth is going to do? The truth is going to protect everybody who's innocent anyways. That's what the truth going to do. I've already told y'all, the truth is going to set and keep you free at all times. It's going to set and keep you free at all times. So really, what Tatum is doing is he's hurting them boys more. Because if Tatum really wanted to help those boys, he would release the videotape so we can see all the other people that was out there. And that the people, if the cops don't have this, everybody needs to know, question all of those people. And not just question them what they saw on that boat. I want to question them about what they saw that day. Everybody. Everybody. I told y'all, an investigation don't stop with 4 people. You got 1,000 people on an island. I need to get questions. And I'm trying to identify people from every single photo and video I can if I'm the police. But the fact that this is supposed to be the last person, some of the last people that day that you came in with them, regardless or not, that should have been searched, all of them. Now, I know they gave up their phones and stuff like this and blah, 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 but the cops should have went. I'm telling y'all, this is what Ben Crump talked about. If those were black dudes, the cops would have raided that shit. They'd have kicked their doors down. They would have searched all their shit. They would have just went and got a warrant just to be able to search their homes because there was a missing person. So if you're the last people that they're with, they would have came and at least asked you, hey, can I search your home? Yo, he was with you last. We need to search your home, man. We need to search your boat. But he's asking, why is Ben Crump down there? This is the reason why Ben Crump's down there, Buster.
Other people are putting that out to the world. The police department is not investigating a murder.
The police department is not investigating a murder. How can he say that? They need a grand jury him right now. See, y'all, this is why I be telling y'all, leave Tatum to me. He cannot beat me. He is not smarter than me. I'm smarter than him. I'm more intelligent than him. I'm more intelligent than most all these clowns on the internet. You know why? Because I know how to think on a whole different level. People, Tatum just said again, nobody's talking about this on the internet. They will after I say this now. How is Tatum privy to all of this information on a sealed case unless there's information being leaked to outside entities to help certain parties get answers, but the parents can't get nothing? Peep what he said again. Listen to what he said again.
None of these individuals they do not have any expectation that there was any murder that occurred. It's just other people are putting that out to the world. The police department is not investigating a murder. These boys are not suspects.
Let me show how to make your
eyes. The police department is not investigating the murder. What do you mean? So now you just told us all, so they're not investigating the murder. Is that what you said? Or now you're going to clean it up since I cooked your ass, and now everybody else on the internet going to talk about this shit and say you just said once again. Boy, y'all tell that fool I want all the smoke. He said he will talk to any content creator. Y'all tell that fool I want all the smoke. All of it. Put that in his ear. And to the person who said I'm not, I am, fool. I am. I am, fool. I am. Because I'm not one of the ones that's out here saying that these boys committed a murder. And I'm not saying he drowned by accident. I've been one of the ones saying, let's wait till all the facts come out. I don't know. But guess what, fool? And let me say this to you, Nate Coleman. I'm going to stir fry your ass right now. Walk a mud hole and stump it dry. Listen to this, Buster. The law says it is illegal in the state of Mississippi during a death investigation that will be presented to the grand jury to leak any information to the public, to police that are not on the force, that are not active. It is illegal to leak information to any outside entity. How does Chris Cuomo, a media member, know about the official autopsy and toxicology? How does Tatum know that the police are not investigating a murder? These are all the real questions. So when y'all talk about why is Ben Crump involved, this is why. This is why. Because the actual parents of the boy who's not alive can't get answers. But somehow, some way, Top Flight Tatum, he know everything that's going on. He got the whole world in his hands. Peep game now. How does he know all of this? How does he know every single thing that's going on in this case? Not my words, his effing words. Play it again. Play that shit again. Listen to his words again, Buster.
Murder, there's no reason for them to use the cadaver dog. That's how this works. There's none of these individuals they do not have any expectation that there was any murder that occurred. It's just other people are putting that out to the world.
They do not have any expectation that any murder occurred. Who told him that? And guess what? You know what I figured out? Think on my level, y'all. I need everybody on this channel to think on my level. You know what I figured out? That's the reason why Ben Crump did that press conference today. Ben, you smart than a mofo. Ben Crump is smarter than a mofo. Ben Crump knows too. See, Tatum, I'm gonna tell you something. One thing I saw about Ben Crump, and I knew Ben Crump was smart as hell. See, a lot of people was thinking, why does Ben Crump, he pushes like a black excellence, but why does he have an Asian woman, a white lead investigator, and all these people working for him? Because he knows they not finna talk to no black folks he put out there. He put that white dude as a lead investigator because he knows somebody gonna talk to that white dude. You know the white dude that talked today at the press conference? The investigator? The lead investigator for Ben Crump? Yeah, he know what's up. He know, Ben Crump know, somebody gonna give something to his boy because he's white. Now think about this. You know what I think? I think Ben Crump was tipped off. I think Ben Crump know they're not investigating the murder. Oh, I believe it. When y'all think Ben Crump's a dummy, I think Ben Crump is 20 steps ahead of all these fools. And this is the reason why Ben Crump has said in every single interview, we can't speculate, man. I believe Ben Crump have people that's watching the police department. I believe Ben Crump have people that's hearing all the whispers that's going on. And I believe Ben Crump knows that it's not a murder that's being investigated. I believe Tatum. And I believe that's the reason why he called that press conference today and asked the FBI to come take over this case. He wants to, and this is why Al Sharpton said today, hey, look, if they come back and they say it's not a murder, he died on the accident, we will accept that. We've accepted that in the past. But we need them to step up. Listen to what I just said to y'all. This is why he came out today and called that immediate press conference. And I'm going to tell y'all something else. Everybody want to talk about the phone? Ben Crump is a genius. He's strategic. He ain't open that phone until he get everybody in the room at the same time. The FBI, them, an independent party, and his investigators. He know that phone is the last big piece. See, I told everybody listening to this video, that phone, boy, that phone is going to tell it all. If it's nothing that's been touched or tampered with on that phone, it's going to tell one thing. If it was something, it's going to tell another thing. And whether you like it or not, if that phone was not tampered with, well, then it's going to tell that the boys told the truth about not messing with that phone. But if it wasn't, and it was tampered with, then that tells a whole different story. That phone mean everything, right? So the person said the head injury that was not put in the autopsy as a head injury. You guys have to actually read the autopsy. The redness could have been from many things. A lot of people took that the wrong way. You have to actually read the details of the autopsy. The autopsy was inconclusive. It couldn't tell you a way he died. They didn't have any defensive wounds, any kind of force to the trauma to the body. So people saying this stuff is like they don't know. The only thing you have to do is you really just have to sit here and wait. But see, here's the thing. Like I said before, I believe Ben Crump knows, and this is just me. Ben Crump is a smart ass dude, bro. And Ben know I'm smart as a motherfucker too. Because if he listen to my videos, he know I'm right on line with him. Ben knows, I believe, because I told y'all, the grand jury convenes in the second Monday in October. That's when the grand jury convenes again. And then they don't convene again until the second Monday in January. So if they hand them that case and they say, hey man, look, we did all our investigation. This is what we got. We haven't seen a murder from this. Ben Crump called an emergency meeting today. It said, no. We got to get the FBI to look at this. We got to get the FBI to look at this. He wants the FBI eyes on this to make sure before he put that phone up. He did that press conference today. That was for a reason. And he said 7 days. People, why he said 7 days, y'all? Why you think he said 7 days? We gave him 7 days. He knows they gotta act fast. I believe Ben's getting all kind of information. I told y'all this, man. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I believe something happened that we don't know about. You're gonna be mad at me, you're gonna hate me. I don't think it was those boys. And I think Tatum, his little slick ass, I think he want to body bag all these black content creators at the same time. He will have no more glory than to make all of them look like fools, because Tatum knows that when you slander a private citizen, it's way different than a public citizen. And I want y'all to think about this. To a lot of you content creators, they had a Mississippi lawyer right there on the left-hand side, already in the case. Why did they need to go get Donald Trump's lawyer? You know why? Donald Trump's lawyer know how to work the system. Donald Trump's lawyer is experienced in these type of defamation cases. Donald Trump's lawyer, he has the funds, he has the resources, and everything to go with it to drown a lot of these other people. I'm talking about to absolutely destroy these people that are content creators. Because all he gonna do is, once he gets you in that court system and you can't make it past $100,000 for your defense, you're done. If you have the means and the money, that's why I always say you never go to war unless you got your money right. A lot of people on the internet talking, I ain't gonna back down. I'm standing 10 toes, y'all. Cause see, they trying to scare me. No, they not. They really trying to fuck with you. They really coming for you. This is why you don't talk shit unless you got your money right and you really ready to go to war with them. It's only a few people that's really ready to go in deep waters. I'm gonna say it again. It's only a few people that's really ready to go in deep waters with this shit. You can talk all that talk, but Donald Trump's lawyer coming down here, he knows the system. He knows most people can't afford to go more than a year in a defamation trial. You know how much money it's going to cost you if you got to go 2-3 years in a defamation case, lawsuit? You're going to be looking at $250,000, $300,000. A lot of people folding. A lot of content creators can't pay that shit. And in a civil case, when you can't pay your lawyer, you automatically lose. You got to have money to go the distance. People that I just told you now, and those hours are going to stack up on those legal fees. He knows the system, whether you like him or not. And he knows how to use that system. So this is why I told people, why you think all of a sudden he comes out the blue and gets on this case? Think about it. But I'm going to say this, right? I'm going to say this to y'all. Ben Crump just made his last big move. We all have to push for an FBI investigation. And it's not because you think these boys are guilty or not. It's because that's the last step, man. The last step is to have the FBI come in here. We're going to have to stand up and just really keep this shit going, bro, to make sure that they can get that investigation they need from the FBI, bro. Because this is it, man. This is it. I'm telling y'all. But what Ben Crump did today, that was the bird call, man. That was the everybody, man, listen, this is it right here. Because if they close this case, bro, him having to get the feds involved, that is the last step. That is the last step, man. Right? So the person said file bankruptcy shovels a problem. No, it doesn't, because against a private citizen, that doesn't work. You might want to check the law. Private citizens, a judge shuts that down immediately. Once you try to file for bankruptcy, he shuts that immediately down. And defamation per se is against private citizens. Learn the law, man. And somebody came to me yesterday in the comment section and was like, oh, well, ticket. But Donald Trump, his lawyers must not be that good. He got found guilty for 34 felonies. That's criminal, not civil. Well, ticket, Donald Trump's lawyer has lost civil. Yeah, he's playing on a whole bigger ball game level. Let me give you an example. It's like somebody playing in the NBA and then somebody playing elementary school basketball. It ain't even a contest. If you've never been in a courtroom, if you've never been around these situations, if you don't know how to move in a courtroom, if you don't know all these different procedures, if you haven't been properly instructed on how these things work, man, you're going to be in a world of trouble. You try and come in there and take that YouTube talk to court. Your whole life going to be fucked. I'm telling you, think it's a game. That's why I be trying to tell people. People think this shit is a joke until y'all see 4 or 5 months from now, they on YouTube crying about how their life been ruined. Because they tried to thought what they thought they was doing is standing up and it was getting views, getting money. I'm trying to tell y'all this shit. When he went down to the Horn Island, they set the whole thing up. You know why? Because once they get you into the deposition, they're going to ask you. And I'm going to just tell everybody the truth. All the content creators, this is what they're going to do. Once you get to a sworn deposition and it's time for you to show evidence of why you think those boys murdered Nolan Wells, first thing they're going to do is this. You going to say, oh, well, we have this audio. You know what he's going to say? Hey, judge, this audio has not been authenticated by a licensed forensic expert. In fact, this audio has been debunked, and this is why it's not being used. Judge automatically strikes that against you. But judge, you can hear it's not authenticated. 20 seconds longer, different digital footprint, out of court. Think I'm lying? I'm not. Next, he's going to say, okay, judge, they're trying to say that Nolan was on the back of that boat and that he was struggling. Judge, have they came down and had anyone investigate or search that boat? Did you have anybody that did that? This is what they were asking in the deposition. Oh, well, nah, I did. I just thought, okay, I struck him. Because you know why? You know what he's going to say? Judge, I was down there. We actually had our private investigators go check that boat, check inside the boat, take pictures of the bilge pump, take pictures inside the boat, the back of the boat. And guess what, Judge? We figured it's not even enough space to fit a person in the bottom of that boat. But because these people didn't even do their due diligence to go down to Mississippi, ask to see the boat, have a detective, private detective or investigator, search the boat or look at the boat, measure the boat. Peep game now. Peep game now. The tides, the scenery. Did you check to see how it was on the island? No, I didn't go down. Okay, game over. This is the reason why you can't come on the internet and talk crazy. This is the reason why I said I'm following Ben Crump. You know why? Because Ben Crump got boots on the ground. He got investigators down there. His investigators have checked every inch of that island. They've checked every inch. They've checked the water. They've checked everywhere Nolan Wells was found. Think about what I just said to y'all. If you on the internet talking shit, see, normally people don't even really try and come after these people. Because they say, I ain't worried about it. They ain't really got no money. They're doing it because of how much dust this has kicked up on this case. And now it's like a whole different type of situation now. So when you have somebody that you know wants to see all these people get wiped out because they've been cooking on him too, it's like playing chess. So when you say all this stuff, you can't use nobody in TikTok and say, hey, man, this person put this shit on TikTok. They gave me this advice on Instagram. That's not going to fucking work in no court of law. In a court of law, you're going to have to show evidence. In a court of law, you're going to have to show, and if you had investigators go down there, or you personally went down there and investigated. That's what's going to have to happen in a court of law. In a court of law, you're going to have to show 100% bulletproof evidence that your theory, if you think or you feel like these boys committed a murder, is true. You have to prove it with evidence, not what people on TikTok and what he or she said. That's not going to work. You're going to need video evidence, forensic evidence, witness evidence, eyewitness evidence. These are all the things I be trying to tell people. They don't want to listen. So all that mumbo jumbo talk on the internet, only a few people on the internet got money to go that distance. We already know who the big dogs are. They can talk that shit. I'm not talking about them because they got the money to stand up and do what they got to do. But these other people, they got a couple 100,000 views, 80, 50, 60, 70,000, and was feeling good because they was doing that all the videos. They don't got them resources, man. They gonna be begging y'all for GoFundMe's. Yo, man, y'all gotta help me, man. They attacking me, man. They trying to tear a good brother or sister down. They trying to take all my weave, y'all. I'm telling y'all this shit now. Peep what I told y'all. Peep what I told y'all. And the first person on the list, they gonna sue that girl with that audio. And you know the first thing gonna ask her? How did that audio get 20 seconds longer? Watch what I tell you. This is not because I don't like the girl. I don't know that girl. I don't have nothing against that beautiful sister. I'm telling you what's going to happen when you go to court. Peep game now. Peep how Ben Crump ain't said nothing about that audio. He got the whole unedited audio. Ben Crump ain't said nothing. Ben Crump came out today begging. That was his last shot today. He begging the FBI to get involved and take over this investigation. You know why? Because of this right here. Because of what Tatum's on TV bragging about. How do Tatum know?
These individuals they do not have any expectation that there was any murder that occurred. It's just other people are putting that out to the world. The police department is not investigating the murder. These boys.
The police department is not investigating the murder. That's his word verbatim. Quote. How does Tatum know that? You don't think Ben Crump know that? Man, Ben Crump got people all down there, man. Ben Crump is true to this, not new to this, nigga. Ben Crump got people all down there. Look, when Ben Crump was hearing that shit, he went and got the big dogs immediately. Al, fly in. We flying to Paris and we come in, we doing this press conference today. Yo, we need to get the feds involved. FBI, we need y'all to step up. We write that. They wrote that. What they wrote that letter? Yesterday, last night? Last night? And y'all know Nancy Grace shows ain't live. Her shows are pre-recorded. They listening to all this shit the same way I say it. They listening to it too. They know. I guarantee you Ben Crump got a birdie. And he said, nah, we ain't gonna go out like that. We're gonna make sure we get a thorough one. And if it is that, hey man, we'll live with the results. That's what Al Sharpton said today. But we want to make sure we have that. And you know why they're right to demand that? Because you have a closed investigation. And ma'am, the original raw CTO audio is real. The one that girl did is not. This is why Ben Crump won't even talk about it. Ben Crump has already had that audio and has already had people look at it. He can't even use it. If that audio was real, Ben Crump would have stood up there like Martin Luther King Jr. I have a dream today. He would have went up there and put on for the city. But the truth is, it's not. That's the honest to God truth. That's the honest to God truth. Ben Crump would have been up that junk like Reverend Leon Lonnie Love. Sister Gina! Oh, Sister Gina. Straight like that. What I found out today, And the truth is what I found out is that Ben Crump is taking the last big swing he got left. Nancy Grace did not confirm it. Nancy Grace cannot confirm it. She hasn't, and she can't confirm it. This is the part y'all don't understand. This is the reason why Tatum said this. Once again, and to the person who said I sound like a clown, I sound like a clown to a person who doesn't know anything. And you say I sound like a clown. Hold on, brother. And see how I didn't discriminate against you. I'll put your comment up here, brother. You said I sound like a clown, but you up here looking like a low-budget Ryan Clark. Nigga, sit your ass down somewhere, nigga. So like I said to y'all, right? Tell y'all this again. Repeat what I said to y'all. Repeat what I said to y'all. Today was the last call right there. That was Ben Crump's last. That was Ben Crump got a whiff of this, in my opinion. What Tatum said, I believe Ben Crump got a whiff of this. He found out that this is what's really going on, and he came out today and said, yo, we need the feds to get involved. I'm telling you, bro. Listen to what he said again. Tatum said that shit with conviction, nigga. How does he know? I believe that Ben Crump got a birdie down there that told him this shit. He got people that's down there that's watching them people. Somebody told Ben Crump. That nigga then went and got that, went and did that press conference ASAP, nigga. Yo, we need to get the feds. We need the feds involved. We just sent them a letter today. We need them involved. They got 7 days. The only reason why he'll say that is because if he know what type time it is. Look at this, y'all.
None of these individuals they do not have any expectation that there was any murder that occurred. It's just other people are putting that out to the world. The police department is not investigating a murder.
The police department is not investigating a murder. I just say Tatum need to be subpoenaed, my nigga. He need to be subpoenaed. There's no way Tatum should be subpoenaed and forced to give up his source. He should be forced and sworn. I don't know what Ben Crump and them can do. Please, y'all, please report this dude. He needs to be subpoenaed and questioned who gave him that information. Brandon Tatum need to effing be subpoenaed. Who is giving him this family personal information as far as a private investigation into the death of their son? He's not an active police officer. He hasn't been for years. He's a YouTuber now. Top flight security of the world. How is he getting information to where he can go on public platforms and say without a shadow of a doubt that the police department is not investigating the murder? How? Make it make sense. He should be forced to answer the questions under oath, under the penalty of perjury. No doubt about it. How does he know more than Nolan's mother and father? And y'all wonder why they sitting up here begging for all these answers, bro. Y'all wonder why. This nigga came out and said, yo, why the family ain't talk to me? I'm like, nigga, why they gotta talk to you? He act like he got all the evidence. This man act like he been acting like this the whole time, y'all. I'm telling y'all this shit. It's like he want to get such a big victory over all the black content creators. I'm telling y'all this. This nigga gonna stand up and do the Dougie in the end. When all these content creators getting sued, getting broken, and crying on the internet, he gonna be doing videos reacting, doing a Dougie. Oh yeah, I got him. Straight up. You know why? Because he gonna feel like that they allowed their emotions to take over. I'm telling y'all this. This is why I try to tell y'all, with a dude like Tatum, he's a dangerous guy. This man said, without a doubt, on Nancy Grace's show tonight, this is no question. There's no question about them. Ben Crump, if they can find out, this is the law. You ain't got to ask me. You can ask any lawyer worth their salt. This is the effing law. It's illegal for the department to leak information. If Ben Crump can find who is leaking information from that office, if he can find out if it's somebody that's leaking information from that office to Brandon Tatum, it's over with. You know why? Because that would prove that it and his statements are doing ultimate damage to the family. You know why I know that's proof? All you gotta do is look at them in the press conferences. Look how distraught they are that they can't even get information. Meanwhile, they gotta watch this dude put out information like this. Easy case. If he can find out, he should get a private investigator and find out who is it. I want to know where Tatum went when he was down in Mississippi. I want to know if Tatum talked to anybody. I want to know everybody Tatum met with when he was in Mississippi. Whether it was at a house, an Airbnb, a hotel, a donut shop, a coffee shop, on the side of a corner in a car somewhere. I want to know who he met with. And was any of these people active on this investigation? There's no way in hell you telling me he go on TV today and say this again.
None of these individuals they do not have any expectation that there was any murder that occurred. It's just other people are putting that out to the world. The police department is not investigating a murder. These boys are not suspects.
I agree they're not suspects.
How does he know they're not suspects? Unless he talked to them. Listen, you can't make this shit up. And this is why I try to tell y'all. When you really think about what I'm saying, you think on a different level, boy, this some diabolical shit, man. Remember I told y'all, Chris Cuomo, he said the other day he already knew. It ain't even a doubt about, and then he would come out talking about, oh, it's just talk, it's just get. No, nigga. That ain't what you said. We got on tape what you said. You said this ain't even in it for speculation. You said that the autopsy showed signs of drowning. And you said that the toxicology showed, right, that he had that liquor in it, that alcohol in his system. People, I'm telling y'all now. Now let's listen to what else he said.
Suspects are not persons of interest. They're not suspects. They haven't been charged. But
To believe after interviewing 60 people that he
cannot
was ever on the
order
boat.
the search of the Triton. The Triton.
He's not.
He's telling you how many people they interviewed. Let's keep going, y'all. Listen to this.
Not
He's
his
not
boat.
ordering it. He's not ordering it. The cadaver dogs were made available if he wanted to. No. They made themselves, availed themselves to him and said, would you like us to search the boat?
You just said that about Nolan Wells' mom. Do you see? I almost hate to do this to you. Almost.
See, Nancy Grace Gray tear his ass up. Because she know he's full of shit. I'm telling y'all this, bro. She know when he's trying to put that shit on Ben Crump. Oh, well, Ben Crump could have took the dogs if they made the dogs available to him. Nigga. Bro, that's crazy, bro.
Tatum, you just said when Crump says we're available and ready, you went, well, that's no, they haven't handed over the boat. But now you're saying the friends say our boat's available and ready, and I'm not going to carry you a new one because the law enforcement is the one that needs to go and search the boat.
Facts. The law enforcement should have been did that the first day. Everybody that's involved, not just some boys, everybody that's involved that was could have been connected should have been searched. There's no question to this. Tatum is sitting up there. That man sit up there and try to put that shit on Ben Crump. Listen to this, y'all.
Nancy, the people who had questions about this, because it's definitely not the law enforcement. It was Benjamin Crump.
He said not law enforcement. Look at this shit. Bro, I'm trying to tell y'all, and y'all telling us that it's not, that they're not doing something. Bro, Ben Crump called that emergency today for a reason. I'm telling y'all, do y'all not hear this? And no, it's not. Hold on, you're wrong, Keith. Shout out to Keith. Keith, you're wrong, homie. He didn't make a predetermination. This is not a predetermination. This sounds like somebody told him that for sure. This ain't no predetermination. This is like somebody literally told Tatum, man, we ain't investigating none of these people for no murder, man. We already went through all the evidence and all this. That's what it sounds like, brother. Listen very closely how he talking, man. All you gotta do is listen and study people. It's not even a script. It's not even a script. Y'all still missing the point of what I'm saying to y'all. But listen up.
Wanted to get to the bottom. They don't trust
Wait a minute. There's not a grand jury? This isn't going to grand jury?
I'm saying initially before grand
Because
jury.
if it's going to grand jury, then there are questions.
Initially before grand jury, when this first started, and Benjamin Crump brought up all these questions, and they veiled themselves to him and said, "Would you like for us to search the boat? We'll grant the cadaver dogs for you to go and look at the boat." And he refused.
How does he know all this? That nigga know a whole lot. He says that they made the dogs available to Ben Crump, and Ben Crump refused. How does he know this? Who told him? Somebody in the police force gave this nigga all this information. I'm telling y'all, they need to subpoena his ass tonight. He need to be subpoenaed under the penalty of perjury in a court of law. Who gave him this information? Who hey, everybody on the internet, y'all need to ask, who gave Crump this information? Who? In the police department. He's telling y'all shit, and guess what? If he's lying, Ben Crump will sue his ass. He ain't lying, though. He ain't lying about that. Somebody told him that shit. Somebody told him that shit. And you know why Ben Crump, to the person who says why he would refuse the dogs, why would Ben Crump take their dogs? If I'm Ben Crump, I would want my people to take their own dogs. You ever thought about that? If I'm Ben Crump, I want my people to take their own dogs. Right? Y'all can come with us and watch, oversee. But we want to have our own dog search everything. Peep game now. Peep what I said to y'all. Let me say y'all this again. Why would Ben Crump want to use, listen, think about the logic. If he's already telling you he don't trust their system, why would he want to use their stuff? Think about what I just said now. Let's keep going. Think about more of the things that he says that's very revealing in this interview, y'all. It's crazy.
And this is why I'm saying it does not appear.
Give authority to search the boat.
He can. The boys are cooperating.
I want you to run over to Tatum's house and sniff the hell out of it. Because
I would say,
house.
come on over. I would say, no. I said, come on over. The cadaver dogs were made available, but then Benjamin Crump said, well, we don't want it. That's the problem here.
Wait a minute.
They are not pursuing like they claim they are.
Say, here's our boat. Come search it. Did the families offer the boat?
They offered boat, phones, whatever investigators needed, whatever the family needed, they made it available. The family did not pursue any avenue to connect with the boys on any level. The boat, to talk about timeline, to communicate with parents, to communicate with lawyers, they have done nothing. And then now we find out that they haven't even given the phone over to law enforcement so they can do an extraction or forensic investigation.
Well, stop.
That they can see
you know what? I respect.
So he's talking about the phones, right? Let's talk about the phone once again. Ben Crump and them already came out and said what they wanted to do with the phone. If the state really wanted to investigate, they would say, okay, look, let's bring an FBI agent in here. All you do is bring one FBI agent in there. You bring an FBI agent, the state, Ben Crump's team, and their investigator, and you open it together. I mean, not the FBI agent. You bring an FBI agent, the state, a representative from the state, Ben Crump's team, and then the forensic specialist who opens the phone to open it in front of everybody. That's what you do. They could have already did that. Ben Crump and them said this almost 3 or 4 weeks ago that that's what they wanted to do. So if the state really wanted to do that, they could have went and did that. They could have went and did that. This kind of case, that is not out of the question for this type of case. This type of case has that much attention that it warrants that. Straight up, it warrants that. Right? You say you should have ordered some independent K9 off. Yeah, but see, here's the thing. But then they might not have wanted to send people out there to monitor that too. See what I'm saying? So, like, I wouldn't want to use their shit to do my investigation. Why? Because if I have to use them to do my investigation, I have to rely on what they say that their dogs did. See what I'm saying? So again, man, I think Ben Crump is on something else. I think he's looking at something else, and I think he's hot on it. I think he knows it on something else. That's why he's asking for the FBI, bro. I'm telling y'all this. I'm just trying to tell y'all. A lot of y'all have been following the wrong road this whole time. I think there's a lot more that's going on that a lot of people don't see. And I think that Ben Crump kind of sees the direction this thing is going.
But I'm going to have to cut your mic because we have to be clear about something. Hold on. Philip Dubé joining me. He is a veteran trial lawyer, a defense.
Yo, she cut Tatum's mic. She cut his mic, dog. Right? She cut his mic. Right? So I'm just telling y'all, man, like for me personally, you guys, when I saw them up there today, man, you know, I felt bad, man, because like the parents, man, that shit fucked up, man. You're not getting no answers, but this dude is coming on TV telling y'all that the police ain't investigating no murder or nothing. How does he know what they investigate, not investigating, but the parents can't get no answers? Make it make sense. The only thing the parents be getting is threats, bad reviews, and people talking shit about them when they're the ones who lost their son. How do you expect people to react when they lost their son, bro? They lost their son. Anybody that lost their son, think about this. They might not be thinking rational. If you lose your kid today, anybody in this chat room, you might not be thinking rational immediately. It might take you a long time to calm down and think with any ration. You might think, hey, man, man, listen, bro. Your mind probably going a million places. You have to understand that. Even with the boys. When the boys was like, hey, man, the mom was lying saying we ain't his friends. Her mom the anger might be in her so much that she lost her son that she don't trust nobody at this point. Y'all got to understand that aspect of anger. Right? This is the thing y'all got to understand. Right? But what Tatum is doing is he see an opportunity to destroy a lot of his enemies online. And he see this as a grand opportunity because you don't get many opportunities like this where you're dealing with private citizens. So all Tatum care about, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. If it comes out that another white dude that had nothing to do with these white dudes, unalive Nolan Wells, guess what, y'all? Tatum ain't going to be bothered about that. Because he's going to look at it like, nah, these boys, I was right about these boys. Right? He gonna look at that as a massive victory for him. Right? Not the fact that he came out and said that Ben Crump was trying to play the race card. But if it was a white dude, even if it wasn't those dudes, but it was a white dude that had something to do with the death of Nolan Wells, he's still gonna look bad. Because you try to make it seem like there's no racial type of issues going on in Mississippi now. Meanwhile, didn't they find a girl hanging from a tree the other day in Mississippi? I ain't hear Tatum talk about that. I'm just saying. Right? So, again, man, y'all got to, like I said before, man, dudes like this, man, you cannot be out here going crazy unless you got the guap to go to war with this dude, man. You have to have that bread, man. Because if you can't be thinking, well, I'm just going to depend on everybody to donate to me to give me the money. People ain't got that money like that in this day and age. I know people are giving a lot of money to certain individuals, but they ain't got money to be given to all these different content creators to help them fight all these cases, man. I'm trying to tell y'all this shit, bro. Trying to tell y'all, man. Ben Crump called that meeting today for a reason. That meeting today was the most important meeting of all. That meeting today let y'all know, man. This is the end game right here. This is where the line is. It's right here, y'all. The end game is on, man. So hey, listen, man. Now it's necessary. He knows that we need to keep making videos about this. That's why he said that today. He said, be responsible. Don't accuse nobody of murder without evidence. But be responsible, is what he said. But keep Nolan Wells' name and keep the case and ask questions. Don't accuse people of murder. Don't accuse people, but ask questions. Keep that alive. You know why he wants everybody to keep that alive? Because he needs the federal, the feds to know that it's still enough attention and pressure that's being applied and enough interest from the public that warrants them sending the FBI out here, right? Think about what I'm saying. He knows what he had to do, right? So that's why he worded it exactly the way he worded it today. He said, don't be irresponsible and accuse people of stuff. Just, you know what I'm saying? Real talk, man. That was the bird call today, man. He sent out the bat signal today, man. I'm telling y'all, if he don't get this FBI investigation, y'all, bro, I'm be honest with y'all, man. He just gonna have to deal with whatever the state say. And that don't mean that the state don't have something, but the way Tatum is talking, the way Tatum talking, right? I'm just telling y'all, man. Bro, I felt that from Crump today, man. I had to analyze what he did today, man. And trust me, that's why I told everybody listen to this video. If that tape was 100% unbelievable, Crump would have used that shit. He would have stood on that. He can't. And this is the truth that I told everybody. He cannot. That's why he needs the FBI to come get involved. All right? That's why I wish somebody would have asked him about that audio today. I wish somebody was going to ask him about the audio, but nobody asked him. So hopefully the next time he gets in front of a mic, somebody ask him about that. Just so y'all can see I wasn't lying. And I'm going to tell y'all something. What today showed us, y'all, and this is to everybody listening to this video before I go, and I hope y'all have a blessed night. I'm not here to try to put people down. I'm here to tell the truth on this channel. What today's press conference showed everybody. What today's press conference showed everybody, y'all, right? You know what it showed everybody, you guys? Ben Crump doesn't have any evidence. He doesn't have anything. That's the truth. They put all their investigators on this. We're over 30 plus days. They don't have anything, man. That's the reason why the parents are still crying for answers. And that's the reason why his last shot is to try to get the FBI involved. I try to tell y'all this, man. They couldn't find nothing, bro. The audio, like they can't use that. I'm telling y'all this. These people went with over everything. The autopsy, inconclusive. Right? He's probably found people that have corroborated the boy's story down there through his investigators. That's why he's not even talking about the boys. I'm telling y'all the truth, man. I know it hurts people to hear this shit, man. I don't like lying to people that subscribe to my channel, yo. I don't like doing that, man. I don't like doing that, yo. Right? But I gotta tell y'all the truth, man. That's the reason why he came out there today. They don't have anything, bro. You know? He needs the home run. And listen, here's the thing, y'all. It might not be a murder. It might have been an accidental drowning. Nobody knows. But here's the problem that I have, and I agree with Ben Crump. Bro, how is this a real investigation when other people know what's going on, but their own family don't know? Peep that shit. Everybody knows except for the family and him. Well, I think he knows because he gets leaks. Right? And I told y'all, Ben Crump is a very smart man. I seen somebody say, well, why he also pro-black? Why he ain't got black investigators? Man, Ben Crump ain't no idiot. Ben Crump know that if he had black private investigators, ain't nobody talking to him. Ben Crump smart as hell. And that shows you Ben Crump ain't no racist. Ben Crump has a diverse office. He got that Asian lady that's doing that speaking. Y'all see this shit? He got the Asian lady that goes up there and does the speaking. He got the white dude that's leading the private investigation. He knows some people gonna talk to that white dude. He's white. Some people, just keep it 100. Some people gonna talk to that white dude. If he would have sent a black, ain't nobody talking to that guy. Ben Crump is too smart. He's too effing smart, bro. He knows if he send any type of black investigators in Mississippi, he ain't get no answers. The only way he'll get answers, he send that white guy down there. I'm trying to tell y'all this, man. To the person who said the autopsy should have been a joint venture, that's not how it works. It's not how it works, man. Unfortunately, it's not how it works, man. But we don't know what the autopsy is going to say. We really don't know what this stuff is going to say, man. It could be a situation, you guys, where, they feel like it was foul play, but they just can't prove it. We don't know, or maybe they can. But Tatum's saying, hey, man, they ain't investigating nobody for murder. So, and I tend to believe what Tatum's saying because of what Ben Crump did today. He played his last card today. He said they got 7 days. Right? Y'all know what's up, man? So, hey, man, we'll keep doing content on this, man. And keep trying to find answers, man. But I think that everybody needs to understand, bro. It don't just start with those boys on that boat, bro. It's everybody that was out there. If that was Nolan Wells right there on that boat, why is nobody asking questions about all those people that's in that picture right there? Everybody in that effing picture, even the person that's videoing this content right here in the screenshot, all these people should be questioned about what they saw, even if they don't know if that's going on. Hey, what did you think about that guy? What did you see about that guy? What happened that day? Did you see anything? Everybody should be questioned. And I'm talking about a lot of these people, the media. I want y'all to peep game. I really want y'all to think about something. You know what I noticed? And why I told y'all a lot of people don't give a F? You don't see people like Megyn Kelly and all these other people talking about this shit. They don't give a shit. People, I told y'all this. They're not doing videos on this all the time. You think they care? Right? Right? So I'm starting to really think, you guys, and I told y'all this a while back. Everybody got mad at me for saying this, but I told y'all I'd probably be right. I believe Nolan stayed and got into it with somebody else that was out there. I believe some other shit popped off. That's what I believe. I do believe it was foul play. I just can't prove who did it, but I believe that it happened after those other boys left. And that's why I believe everybody that's out there should be questioned. But I do believe also that Tatum should be subpoenaed. And I want to see those other videotapes Tatum have. The full videos. He got more videos he ain't released. We need to see those full videos and how many people were actually around. Because he said there was like 3 other boats that was around there full of people. So if that's the case, why can't we see all these other people to ask these people, yo, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? What happened that day? Like, you know what I'm saying? Not just with that situation, just period. I need the whole rundown of the whole day. Right? So the truth will come out. Everybody just has to be willing to accept the truth, man. Whatever it is, man. You know what I'm saying? But y'all stay blessed, man. Y'all already know what it is, bro. Like, share, subscribe, man. Tatum, you sad, man. You sat up there today, bro, and you blame Ben Crump. Yo, this nigga got a hard on for Ben. Bro, he blamed Ben Crump for the dogs not searching. Bro, he blamed Ben Crump for the cop's job. I'm gone, man. You can't make this shit up, bro. This man blamed Ben Crump for the cop's job, bro. That's crazy. Nancy Grace had to take this nigga's mic. She had to take his mic because he blamed Ben Crump for the cops not searching with them dogs. That's crazy.
Hey, we always appreciate the support, and if you guys want to do so, you can use the Cash App or PayPal links. They'll be in the description box below this video or pinned at the top of the comments. The top donators will be announced every month. All right, you guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all cop the merch, and make sure that you get the weight loss formula. The links to that will be in the description box below this video. Check out our next video coming up right now.